Today, we're covering the adorable Komi from the Komi Can't Communicate series. As you can tell by the title, she doesn't really talk much, but is super wholesome. So if you're into the shy, quiet types, then Komi is the one for you. With that, here are my reasons why Komi Shouko is waifu material. Some mild spoilers for the series. Appearance-wise, she's an absolute beauty. The type of beauty that can make the whole street stop. With smooth, pale skin and dark hair that just falls into place. She can normally be seen wearing the winter school uniform, which consists of a white shirt, blue blazer, and striped ribbon and skirt. This is all accompanied by a nice pair of leggings. And yes, they do come in black. As the series progresses, we do get to see Komi in all sorts of outfits, like her summer uniform and gym class outfit. And let's not forget the outfit picked by Tadano. As she suffers from extreme social anxiety, this makes it very difficult for Komi to interact with anyone, where the very thought petrifies her, literally. What tends to happen is her face freezes up, then she starts shaking like a cell phone. Fortunately, there are select few that can read her mind, including her hairdresser. While she does her best to avoid conflict, like pretending to sleep, social interactions are a must in society, especially if you need to order food or drink at a shop. With this handicap in mind, you should never send Komi on a food run, especially with a custom order. Otherwise, the employee might improvise and you end up with the wrong item. Also, you'll make Komi cry. Whenever confronted in a social setting, Komi resorts to nonverbal tactics like subtle body language and intense stare-downs, which often go misinterpreted. Aside from that, Komi in reality has two options. The first is simply to run away, while the second option is actually to stand her ground and try communicating. At times, she combines the two options together, making her look like a total badass. During the first time she connected with Tadano, she relied on a chalkboard as they went back and forth. The rest of the time, she gets away with a simple pad of paper, and boy does she write fast. The only issue with this is she might not always have a writing surface handy. While everyone has grown up with a cell phone, it was Komi's first time to have one of her own, and it's a flip style too. With the intention of getting her friends' phone numbers, not being able to speak can get misinterpreted easily. With this new device, Komi was super excited about the cool new ringtones, imagining phone calls with it. Except, she forgot about the phone's auto-dial feature. Despite the inability to speak, Komi remains incredibly popular throughout her school, where everyone's honored just to be in her presence. This even reached a point where they didn't even want to vote her as the class president. No, instead they voted her into some kind of god-tier level. This very popularity is a double-edged sword. On one end, people always assume the best from her silence. And when they play games together, everybody just lets her win. However, this popularity can also lead to some strange characters becoming her friends, like Agari, who's practically a dog. Some of them can be real sickos, obsessing about everything from Komi's scent down to a fallen strand of hair. Ugh. To be fair, this fanatic, friend, did save Komi by not letting her wear the lame school swimsuit at the water park. Instead, she helped pick out a more appropriate swimming attire. Thank you, Yamai. Aside from being popular, Komi is also quite the physical specimen. When students did their yearly physical, Komi was able to complete the eyesight test without uttering a single word, scoring above average against one of her self-proclaimed rivals named Yadano. As expected, Komi scored better than her rival in the height and weight tests, measuring in at a solid 5'6" and weighing in at a slender 105 pounds. While Komi is shorter in sitting height, this in the real world translates to her having longer legs, which is an ideal trait in today's culture. Later on, Komi also excelled in the physical tests, beating Yadano in every single event, who despite doing the ugly face run, still lost to Komi's 50-meter dash, clocked in at 6.89 seconds, which is above the average. Strangely enough, Komi doesn't actually see herself as popular. When asked about her aspirations in life, Komi replied that she wanted to make 100 friends, while pleading with you to not laugh at her. To be fair, it is a pretty admirable goal, especially if you only count the sincere friends. Another one of Komi's dreams is to one day visit a ramen shop, which was easily fulfilled by the crew. While at the shop, her silence spoke volumes to the chef. who, by the way, has a rather quiet voice.
声ちっちゃ。
When the ramen was finally served, what was often a messy dish for most people turned into a meal of finesse for Komi, thus capturing the hearts of everyone nearby. Something I almost forgot to mention is that whenever an awkward or excitable moment happens, Komi turns into a cat, growing some large ears on her head and those big eyes I mentioned earlier, which are super cute. Now, if you're wondering where Komi gets her good looks, you can bet it came from her mom, who looks just like her, but fortunately doesn't have any trouble speaking to people.
どうも、はじめまして。翔子の母の小見秀子です。永遠の17歳です。
Meanwhile, Komi's quiet nature seems to have come from her father, who's built like a rock, and can go for minutes or sometimes hours without saying anything.
どうだ学校は。
Most of the time. So what do you think of Komi? Would you want to be her friend? Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment on Komi Shouko, our favorite nonverbal communicator.